In the vast world of finance, mistakes are as common as they are costly. Just as a single misstep can lead to a tumble, a single financial blunder can snowball into a debilitating money pit. Now imagine not one, but 10 such pitfalls. Yes, we're about to embark on a journey, unearthing the 10 most common financial errors that have the potential to ravage even the most robust of fortunes. Each one, a trap, lurking in the shadows of your financial decisions, waiting to snatch away your hard-earned wealth. We'll unravel these errors one by one, building up to the most terrible of them all. A mistake so dreadful, it could send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned financial experts. So brace yourself, for what you're about to hear may not be for the faint-hearted. Are you ready to face the dreadful 10? Starting at the lighter end of our spectrum, we have mistake number 10, ignoring the small expenses. Now, we're not talking about once-in-a-blue-moon purchases. We're talking about the daily coffee runs, the monthly magazine subscriptions, the seemingly harmless $2 smartphone apps. These are the expenses that, on their own, seem insignificant. But let's shed some light on the bigger picture. Imagine skipping that fancy latte every morning and making your own coffee instead. A $5 daily coffee translates to almost $150 a month, and close to $2,000 in a year. Yes, you heard it right, $2,000 from just coffee. Now think about all the other small purchases you make on a regular basis. It's a bit like emptying a bathtub using a teaspoon. It might not seem like you're removing much, but give it time and you'll notice the difference. Remember, a trickle can become a flood. Moving on to mistake number 9, lack of financial goals. Imagine sailing a ship without a compass, lost in the vast sea. That's what your financial journey is like without clear goals. It's not just about making money, but about knowing what you want that money to do for you. Setting financial goals is like drawing a map for your money. It gives you a clear path and keeps you focused. Whether it's saving for retirement, starting a business, or buying a house, having a goal keeps you motivated and helps you make smarter financial decisions. On the flip side, not having financial goals can lead to aimless spending. You might find yourself splurging on unnecessary things or making poor investment choices. You could end up in a financial mess, wondering where all your money went. In essence, financial goals are the backbone of financial planning. They give your money a purpose, a direction. Without them, you're just throwing your hard-earned money into the wind, hoping it lands somewhere useful. Remember, without a destination, any road will take you nowhere. At number 8, we have a classic, neglecting to save. Saving is an essential part of financial stability. It's a safety net, a buffer against unexpected expenses, and a stepping stone towards your financial goals. You might think, oh, I'll start saving when I earn more, but that's a trap. The habit of saving is more important than the amount. When you neglect to save, you're essentially living paycheck to paycheck with no room for unexpected expenses or emergencies. And let's face it, life is full of surprises. The car breaks down, the roof needs fixing, or a sudden illness strikes. Without savings, you're left scrambling, borrowing, or worse, falling into debt. So start small if you must. Set aside a little bit from each paycheck. Over time, you'll be amazed at how it adds up, providing you with a sense of security and peace of mind. And remember, you're not just saving money, you're also saving yourself from potential financial hardship. A penny saved is a penny earned, never forget. Number 7 on our list is a common culprit, impulse buying. This is the seemingly harmless act of making unplanned purchases, often driven by emotions rather than necessity. It's the chocolate bar at the checkout counter, the pair of shoes on sale that you don't really need, or the latest tech gadget that's all the rage. Now you might think, what's the harm in a little treat every now and then? Well, these little treats can add up over time and take a significant bite out of your budget. What's worse, if you're using credit to fund these purchases, you could be digging yourself into a hole of unnecessary debt. So how can you combat impulse buying? Start by making a shopping list before you go to the store and stick to it. If you see something you want rather than need, give yourself a cooling off period. Wait a day or two, and if you still want it, and it fits within your budget, then consider the purchase. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself of the things you want, but rather about making wise financial decisions. So, the next time you're tempted to make an impulse buy, remember this mantra. Think twice, buy once. Halfway through, we encounter mistake number 6, not investing. Investing is more than just a way to grow your wealth. It's a tool to safeguard your future. When you're not investing, you're essentially leaving money on the table. Think about it. Every dollar, pound, or yen you invest has the potential to multiply over time, thanks to the magic of compound interest. But when you don't invest, that magic disappears. Your money sits idle, and instead of growing, it slowly loses its purchasing power due to inflation. It's like having a seed, but choosing not to plant it. That seed could grow into a fruitful tree, but instead it remains just a seed with all its potential locked away. So don't let your money sleep. Wake it up, put it to work. Invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, or even start your own business. Whatever path you choose, remember that investing is not just about making money, it's about securing a better, more financially stable future. Money that sleeps loses its value. Fifth on our list is a silent destroyer: lack of insurance. It's an often overlooked aspect of financial planning, yet it carries significant consequences. Insurance is like a safety net, there to catch us when life's unpredictable events take a toll on our financial stability. Consider this: an unforeseen medical emergency, a sudden loss of property due to a natural disaster, or even an unexpected legal issue. All these scenarios have the potential to wreak havoc on your finances. But with insurance, you have a buffer, a protection against these unexpected shocks. Many dismiss insurance as an unnecessary expense, failing to see its long-term benefits. However, the absence of insurance can end up costing you much more than the premiums you pay. It's like playing a high-stakes game with your hard-earned wealth, where a single unfortunate event can lead to a significant financial setback. Let's change the narrative. Think of insurance as an investment in your financial security, a proactive measure to safeguard your assets. Because when life throws a curveball, you want to be ready to catch it, not be knocked out by it. Insurance is not costly, but its absence is. Number 4 on our list hits close to home: not planning for retirement. Picture this: you've spent your life working hard, building your business, and before you know it, your golden years are at your doorstep. But without a retirement plan in place, those years might not be so golden. You see, retirement planning is not just about stashing money away. It's about creating a sustainable financial ecosystem for your future self. It's about understanding your financial needs during retirement, factoring in inflation, and ensuring a steady income stream to support your lifestyle. Without proper planning, you risk facing financial instability when you're least capable of handling it. Maybe you've heard the saying, old age isn't for sissies. Well, neither is financial instability. It's a tough road, and it's even tougher when you're trying to navigate it in your twilight years. So don't wait until retirement is knocking on your door. Start planning today, because remember, tomorrow arrives sooner than you think. Entering the top 3, we have a big one: not paying off debt. This financial misstep can wreak havoc on your monetary stability. Let's dive into why. Imagine your debt as a leaky bucket. The longer you ignore it, the more water, or in our case, money, you lose. Each day that your debt remains unpaid, it accrues interest. This interest piles on top of your original debt, creating a larger financial burden. It's like a heavyweight champion getting bigger and stronger with each passing day. But the damage doesn't stop there. An unpaid debt can also tarnish your credit score. A low credit score can make it difficult to secure loans in the future, buy a house, or even start a business. It's like a bad reputation that follows you around, making life just a bit more challenging. So, treat your debt like an unwanted house guest. Show it the door as soon as you can. Remember, debt is like a snowball. It only grows as it rolls. At number 2, we have not tracking expenses. Now, this is a mistake that many of us make, often without even realizing it. It's easy to swipe a card or click a button, and just as easy to forget about those transactions. But here's the thing: every penny counts. And when you're not keeping an eye on where your money's going, it's easy for those pennies to turn into pounds, and those pounds into serious financial instability. Think about it like a leaky faucet. One drop might not seem like much, but let it drip all day, all week, or month. You're going to have a flood on your hands. And that's precisely what happens when you're not tracking your expenses. Little expenses here and there, they add up, and before you know it, you're drowning in a flood of financial instability. So keep a record. Make note of every purchase, every bill, every cup of coffee. It might seem tedious, but it's a small effort that can lead to significant stability. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. And now the most terrible of them all: not educating yourself about money. Ignorance isn't bliss when it comes to your finances. In fact, it's a fast track to unnecessary hardship. Financial literacy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's understanding how money works in the world, how someone manages to earn or make it, how that person manages it, how he or she invests it, and how that person donates it to help others. More specifically, it refers to the set of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. Without this literacy, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in a sea of financial uncertainty. You may be asking, where do I start? The answer is simple: start today. There are countless resources available, both online and offline. Read books, take courses, seek advice, and never stop learning. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money.